Hello guys. Today I'm gonna explain to you about the term Azor Ahai. I'll try my level best to explain all you need to know about the term or the prophecy about the prince who was promised in the Game of Thrones TV series and George R.R. Martin's book. So what I'm gonna explain is very straight, easy and understandable for those who haven't read the books yet and only followed the Game of Thrones TV series. In the series you may have acknowledged about many religious view between the common people. One of those is the faith of R'hllor. The term Azor Ahai is a legendary figure in the faith of R'hllor, or the Lord of Light. Thousands of years ago the Lord of Light once forged a sword named Lightbringer, and he used it to defeat the god of darkness, evil, fear, ice, and death, named as the Great Others. But this came at a price. In order to unleash the real power of the sword, the Light Lord had to plunge that sword into his wife Nissa's heart. In the ancient book of Azor, there is a prophecy stated that Azor Ahai will be reborn again to challenge the Great Others. He will reborn amidst salt and smoke, by the touch of fire.
You should kneel before your brother. He's the Lord's chosen. Born amidst salt and smoke.
Born amidst salt and smoke? Is he a ham?
Let's twice I've warned you.
Also he must have the dragon blood, quoted by Aemon Targaryen. According to the ancient book, it will occur after a long summer when the cold, evil, darkness and fear god will descend upon the world. In the TV series, we noticed that the winter has already come after a long summer.
Jon, the raven sister. White raven.
Well, Father always promised, didn't he?
So has the Lightbringer holder Azor Ahai. It may be, or maybe not. It totally depends on our great directors. At the last of that prophecy stated that Azor Ahai will lead the whole army of the world and stand against the Great Others. If he falls, the whole world falls with him. So that is for sure. It's not gonna happen, or the show may fall also. So now comes the million-dollar question. Who is Azor Ahai in the Game of Thrones TV series? The answer is, we don't know. Actually, no one knows. It depends on our directors, either they are going to reveal that or skip that prophecy. But we can just give a try by guessing. There is some anticipations about many probable characters, who may be introduced as Azor Ahai. Like Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, Sandor the Hound Clegane, Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Mere, Gendry, Ser Davos Seaworth and also Bran Stark. But in the previous episodes of Season 7 ensured us that Beric and Thoros aren't going to be Azor Ahai at any cost. You may think, there is no chance of being Azor Ahai for Bran Stark. He's already the three-eyed raven, and a cripple. He also can't fight or stand against the Great Others. But there was no prophecy written that Azor Ahai will walk and fight hand in hand with sword. He can also sacrifice himself for a better good to defeat the Great Others, or the Night's King. That will make him Azor Ahai as well as the Savior. Our directors can do anything. Who knows? So now comes the most anticipated and probable character's time. At first, Jon Snow. Most of the people are saying that he's Azor Ahai for sure, no exception in my case. Because he's the most significant character in the TV show, as well as the most acceptable claimant for this role. Like the prophecy, Jon is a champion. He won battles at Castle Black, Hardhome, in the Battle of Bastards, and, lastly, he escaped from death again, in Season 7 Episode 6. In the previous season, he was resurrected by the Red Woman, Melisandre. Means the touch of fire. The environment was smoky, and people surrounded by him were crying, means the salt. In the recent seasons, we have come to know that he's actually the son of Lyanna and Rhaegar Targaryen. So he is a Targaryen by origin. That's why he becomes the most suitable character to play the role of the prince that was promised.
Ned?
Lyanna.
Is that you?
Is that really you? You're not a dream.
No, I'm not a dream. I'm here. Right here.
I've missed you, big brother.
Miss you too.
I want to be brave.
What?
I'm not. I don't want to die.
You're not going to die. Get us some water.
No, what did you
Is there a mace there?
Listen to me, Ned. If it's out, you know it. You have to protect him. Promise me, Ned. Promise me. Promise me, Ned. Promise me.
But there is also an equivalent claimant. Daenerys Stormborn Targaryen. She is unburned, and has the dragon blood, as well as the mother of dragons. She was born in Dragonstone, a place of volcanic island by the Blackwater Sea. It indicates the smoke and the salt. She is also a champion. She conquered Carthan Marine. So she can also claim of that character Azor Ahai by any mean. Now come to the point of the Hound, being Azor Ahai in the show. He's a Clegane. He has no dragon blood, and he is afraid of fire also. That's how you think. But no. He can also claim that legendary role. In the childhood, he was touched by the fire in the face, and it was done by his brother. He was raised in the Westerland by the Sunset Sea. But the most significant thing, which is his face and appearance. In the book, Azor Ahai was explained like his look. Tall, burnt face, a true fighter, bizarre look and nefarious, without any manners. So that's how he hardens his position for being Azor Ahai with other characters. Now Sir Davos Seaworth. He isn't a fighter. No, he really isn't at all. He is also not a Targaryen. So, why is he so popular on that list? No particular reason. But a sense works there. Game of Thrones showed us many insane theories, what we never expected. Somehow, he really doesn't know which house he belongs to. No, the Seaworth isn't his actual origin. He was just raised and end up being a thief. He hates the Red Woman, and she also sees him in a reproach way. That's maybe the discordance. But that is what our directors love to manipulate. That's it. So, we do have our own theories. But suddenly, another new candidate appeared nowadays. No, not Gandry the Smith. He can't be the Azor Ahai, that's for sure. He is a Baratheon bastard. Yes, he sweats salt and work under smoke and fire. But, not a great fighter, and doesn't have the dragon blood. Our new candidate is no one but Sargeras Mormont. Your first doubt, he isn't a Targaryen. But, do you know who is his mother? Yeah, she definitely can be a Targaryen. Because, in the early age, many Targaryen got married to many Northerners, instead of keeping their bloodline pure by marrying themselves. And, Sargeras Mormont was raised in the Bear Island, the Island of Smoke. Because Bear Island is a land of woodsmen, and surrounded by the Bay of Ice. So the materials salt and smoke also arrive here. What if he actually can control the dragons? He never tried though. Is he a champion? Why not? He was the right hand of Daenerys Targaryen, at the time of her every battle, and won every battle besides her. Nowadays he has also started to believe the Lord of Light. So yes, he is now a strong claimant, as well as Jon and Dany. Thanks for watching. Please, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Write down what do you think, in the comment area. See you next time. Vala Morgulis.